Hey guys, I got these new skates and I'm going to apply some customization. One of my friends has a sharpening machine, so he can reduce the flat surface in the middle to 0. And which blade do you think is better for cornering? A blade with a 9mm deep radius of hollow or with a 20mm? It's far from obvious. I will explain you why.
Before that, just a few seconds about the sharpening machine. There you can see a counterweight which pushes the grindstone against the blade. The little wheel's task is to follow the profile, just like copying a key. We have options for profiles and edge types as well. So let's start with the templates. Longer flat surface in the middle means faster ice skates. The little dots mark the flat parts. But we are targeting 0 now. This leads to better maneuverability at the expense of acceleration, speed and stability. We even have choice. I'm choosing the symmetric one and going with the 11 feet radius. This profile had the most curve here, though it's not the most extreme one. The other one is asymmetric, it's like a boat. After the first round my skate looks like this. Front and rear parts don't need to be altered since they are especially designed by the manufacturer. Profiling modifies the middle part. The blade options, this should be familiar to you. These applies to the classic shapes. How the hollow is calculated, the number means the radius of the circle which is carved into the blade. 3 divided by 8 inches converted to millimeters is 9. Well, actually 9.5, not 9. Question of the day. Which is better for fast turning? The 9mm or a much shallower, for example 20mm? I created a scaled up version of the blade so I can better explain. On the left 9mm, right 20mm. Not much of a difference actually. If you are starting to tilt the skate, the 9mm bite will face a little bit away, while the 20mm will carve the ice in just a slightly better angle. Because of this theory, I thought both of them worth a try. I start with the 9mm. By the way, there are many guidelines for hockey players like this on the internet. It suggests radius for you judging by your weight and skill level. One advice, forget that beginners should use shallower blades, while pros should use deeper. They are different. Both have advantages and disadvantages, but you will see in a minute. What most important here is that the heavier the person is, the less edge is suggested. Now that we know everything, let's enter the arena with some expectations. I expect that front-back balance will be worse, skates will be slower, however turning will be awesome, and the stops will be maybe a little bit harder. Let's see. Balance. After entering the ice, I honestly didn't feel any change in balance comparing to the M13 stock T-blade, which I had before. Speed, however, I really felt it right away. It's slower. Fast turns, well, when I was going with a high speed it could hold me tight, just as expected, and the same applied when I was trying different tricks. It's not much of a surprise, the blades dig deep into the ice. Spread angle? No really change here, I think you just need sharp blades here, not deep radius for this trick. Unforeseen situations. Very reliable blade. Stops. Harder. Sometimes balance problems, but I think it's natural because of the deep blade. And finally jumping. No problem with that, the landings were predictable. And now the 20mm. I really felt the characteristics of that banana blade. Just as expected, sometimes balance problems, but the 20mm is much faster than the 9mm. What about the turnings? They lugged me tight on the ice, really, even in a very low angle. I was able to keep most of my speed. Spread angle? No change here. For the unforeseen situations and footwork, oh boy, I'm going everywhere. It's so slippery, huge balance problems here. Maybe because it's faster. Stops, of course, easier. And jumpings finally, it's exactly the same. My overall conclusion is this. With the 9mm you have more control, with the 20mm you have more speed. And you need practice to control that speed. Maybe these blades aren't really for the beginners. Now that I chose the banana shape, especially for sharp turnings, I think I don't want to lose that advantage. I will go somewhere in between. As always, thank you guys for watching. See you soon.